Welcome back to the grind for a video on the Cavalier Darkhawk boss. Now, this boss has rise to power and right back at you. So when you knock him down, he's going to be immune to debuffs, as well as he's going to gain power when he hits you or your block. He also has hard knock life. So when you parry, you're going to have a disorient placed on you, which is very annoying. And then fight or flight. So every, I think, 12 seconds, there is an unstoppable buff. And if you're close to Darkhawk, Darkhawk will get it. And if you create enough space away from Darkhawk, then you will get the unstoppable buff. So that's what you're going to want to do when that timer gets close to 0. You're going to want to create space so you get the unstoppable buff instead of Darkhawk. You're going to want to be cautious about how many times you parry in a row, because with the disorient, you're going to have decreased block proficiency. So you're going to take a lot of blocked damage, as well as your parries and other abilities will fail while you have a disorient on you. And the more disorients you have, the more likely those things are going to fail. Now, Kingroot is a fun, recently buffed option for this fight because he does extra damage against robots with his special 2. As you can see here, the burst damage from that special 2 is crazy, and we did 20% of Darkhawk's health in one special 2. Now, I'm going to skip ahead. I do lose quite a bit of health from chip damage throughout this fight because of those disorients and the Kingroot being rank 1, but we're going to see this second special 2. I am going to die from recoil, but the damage is just crazy. We're going to take 25% health off, and so I thought it was just a fun showcase of the newly buffed Kingroot that I've been playing around with a bit more. And this second special 2, we're going to see the burst damage from each hit is 14,500, and the total damage that we did from that special 2 was 25%. Now, another option for this fight is Captain America Infinity War, because he counters the unstoppable even if Darkhawk gets it. Also, he's got good block proficiency, so you don't have to worry so much about the blocked damage when you have the disorients on you, and so that can definitely help throughout this fight. But because Captain America Infinity War is a parry heavy champion, you're going to be knocking him down quite often, which means he's going to be going immune to debuffs very often. So you're going to have to kind of slow play it, or just play him as if he is stun immune for most of the fight. Now you can see here we're countering that unstoppable buff. Another champion that I did not actually showcase is Apocalypse, who becomes immune to disorients. So you can use Apocalypse to kind of bypass that aspect of the fight, but you'll still have to work around the unstoppable buffs and the immunity that he gets when you knock him down. So it also can kind of be an annoying fight. Now, the next champion we're going to look at might not be your go-to or your first thought, but Falcon actually did decent for me for this fight because he can do a lot of damage while locked on without having to rely on knocking the opponent down. So you'll have to worry less about his immunities and then the power gain when he attacks into you, but you will have to manage your disorients. And then when you do decide to throw off, say, a special 2 to get some extra damage, then you'll have to deal with that 4 seconds of his immunity and the extra power if he hits you when he has that 4-second timer after being knocked down. But you can play around that every once in a while. It's not that frequent that you're throwing off special 2s, and you do get some nice damage from it. One of the better options in my experience from this month so far is actually Human Torch, because if you use the pre-fight, you can deal lots of damage with his Flame On and Nova Flames. Also, you can build Smolders by blocking his special 1. The thing to consider is if you have disorients on you, it's going to decrease the chance that you're going to get a Smolder from blocking those beams. So you'll want to have as little disorient on you as possible most of the time. But once you get ramped up, you can also build up your temperature and bait out special 2s, and you can bypass miss when you have enough temperature. I think it's above 10 temperature, you will bypass miss. So that is something that you can do as well. But once you get Smolders built up, you can start to deal some pretty significant damage with those Nova Flames. And if you can chain on a couple combos and backdrafts, you can get some decent Nova Flames up, as well as the power sting damage when he throws special attacks. So Human Torch is actually a pretty decent option for this fight. So if you have Human Torch, I would recommend giving him a solid try. You can really just chip him down with any champions and just be cautious of when you're knocking him down and the timer for fight or flight. And after knocking him down, make sure that you do not take many blocked hits. And lastly, I just want to point out, even though Darkhawk is a metal tag champion, Red Magneto doesn't quite work as well as you would hope or expect. Because he goes immune to debuffs when you knock him down, that means that it can be very difficult to build up your prowesses because you have to wait out that timer every time you knock him down, and then you'll have to knock him down again. Another problem is he's immune to debuffs when you knock him down, and because he does not bleed, your damage from a special 3 is based off armor breaks. But the armor breaks do not apply because the special 3 is knocking him down, so none of them will actually apply to Darkhawk, which means the damage is going to be much less impressive than you're hoping for. So I would avoid Magneto if you can, but if you just want to kind of slog through it with Magneto, you can still get him down by using Magneto. It's just going to take a little longer than you might have hoped. I hope this video was helpful. Good luck, and I hope to see you in the next video.